guys, it's Sandy. Welcome to my channel where I love to share about healthy eating tips and how to live on a budget and how to enjoy life more because of those two things. Now, today I wanted to share about sinking funds, but you're probably wondering, what in the world are they and why do I need them? Sinking funds are so important. We live on a budget and sinking funds are part of our budget. But we did not always live on a budget. When I learned how to live on a budget and what sinking funds were and how to get out of debt, it literally changed our entire life. And that's why I share, because it can also change other people's lives. So sinking funds will allow you to pay for planned expenses. You set a certain amount aside every month or every paycheck so that you can pay for those expenses that you know are going to happen. So you are going to have Christmas and birthdays, and if you own a car, you're going to have car maintenance fees, or if your kids go to summer camp, then you'll pay for that every summer, or if you own a home, you'll have home maintenance fees or vacation, and the list goes on. The thing is, everybody's sinking funds are different. My sinking funds, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to show you how I do them and what I put into each category. But my sinking funds are going to be different than yours because we're all in different stages of life and we live in different demographics. So my sinking funds don't even look the same this year as they did last year. And they definitely have changed from whenever our children were really little. Now we have 3 kids in college, but we live on a budget and we'll always live on a budget. So I want to show you how to set up your sinking funds. Sinking funds are different than emergency funds. Emergency funds are for those unexpected expenses. Sinking funds are for the ones that you know are going to happen. So the first thing you need to do is determine your categories. As I said, everybody's categories will be different because you're in different stages of life. So you need to figure out what categories that you need in your sinking funds. If you're not sure, go through your bank account statements or your credit card statements and look what you were spending on last year, and that'll show you what you need to be having money in the bank for. Then the second thing you need to do is determine how much money that you need in each of those categories. So let me get to my desk and show you my sinking funds and show you how I do it. So here are my sinking funds. Now, if you have ever saved up money to buy something you wanted, then you created a sinking fund. They are a planned expense that I know that are going to happen this year. But first, to start a sinking fund, you must determine how much money you can realistically save every month. Then decide what to save for. And you might only start out with 3 or 4 categories, but you have to be realistic about how much you can save. Some of these are a need and some of these are a want. If I couldn't save that much money and I knew I couldn't, I would have to take some of the wants off of this list. So let's start with car maintenance. I'm going to show you exactly how I do this and how I put the money in. Remembering that my sinking funds are not going to look like yours because we are all different. But at least you'll see how to do it. And then whenever you pick your own categories, you'll know how to save the money. All right, car maintenance. We do own our vehicles, so we're going to have to pay for car registrations and we're going to have to pay for oil changes. So I'm going to put $250 into that account. If I knew that we needed tires this year, I would have to make that amount a lot larger. But we did get new tires on 2 of our vehicles last year and the other vehicles are fine. So I put $250 in that account. I'm going to divide that by 12 because it's January when I'm doing this, and I'm going to put $20 into that account each month. Christmas. I want to save $1,000 for Christmas, but it's January and I want to do it by November. So instead of dividing this by 12 this time, I'm going to divide it by 11 and I need to put $90 a month into that account. But let's say it's July when you're watching this and you still want to put $1,000 into your Christmas account. So you just divide it by 6 and put the amount that you get into that monthly folder so that you can save up the money and have it by Christmas. All right, sewer fee. This is one that is a fixed account. I know exactly how much I need to pay each time. That's for our Property Owners Association. We pay $400 a year for that. So I'm going to put $34 a month into an envelope. Vacation. We take our kids on a family vacation every year. It's important to us. So I need to put $2,500 into that account, divide that by 12, and $208 is going to go into that account. We are not going to be able to save 12 months for that vacation because it's January and we will be on vacation in July. But I also had this account last year, so I started putting the $208 in, and I never stopped. We went on vacation in July of last year. I paid for the house, our beach house, and then I just kept putting the $208 in. So in January, I already had half of this funded again, so by July, I can pay the full amount. I just never stop putting money in that envelope, even though we've already paid our vacation amount. I just don't stop putting money into it. My hair, this is Sandy's hair account. I get my hair done about 4 times a year and shampoo and stuff. So $450 I put into that account. Monthly, I'm going to put $38 into in my envelope for my hair. Home maintenance, I left this blank just so I could show you how I did that instead of having everything filled out. And I wanted to put about $300 into that account. We do own our house. I don't expect anything to go wrong, but something will in the house because that just happens, things break. So I want to have some money into that account. Now if I take that 300, divide it by 12, then I want to put $25 a month into that account. That sure is a lot easier to put $25 a month in than to cough up $300 all at once if something goes wrong. Now, we may need a lot more than $300 because we don't know what could happen in a house, or we might not even spend that and need less than that. But I'll at least have $300 there ready for whatever does happen. All right, vet bills, we do have a dog, so I'm gonna put $200 in our vet bills account just so I can take her to the vet and not worry about coughing up $200 at once. I'm only gonna put $16 a month into our envelope. And then birthdays, I determined that we needed about $400 in that account. I may be a little bit low on that $400 and need a little bit more, but at least I'll have $400 in there to go towards birthday gifts. So dividing that out, and I need to put in $34 a month into my birthday envelope. Now this is what I mean as far as my sinking funds envelopes. I keep these at home and they just go into our safe. I put the money into here. Now, these are highlighted, and you're probably wondering what these even are. So these are the ones I said I leave at home, that I bring the money home. The ones that are highlighted, I do not. I actually have them in our bank. Our bank is great about letting me open up as many savings accounts for free as I want. I have a main checking account, and then I have 7 savings accounts under that. I name them according to what I want, and then when we get paid, I just automatically transfer from the checking into the vacation account that I have at the bank. That way I'm not bringing that money home to put into an envelope. The same thing I do with these larger numbers down here. Now these are fixed expenses, so I put them into our sinking funds account because we do pay our property taxes outright. A lot of you that have a home mortgage will have it escrowed into your account and you will not pay them outright, but we do. So I have my property taxes on there. I need $3,500 a year to pay for that. So I divided that by 12, and $292 a month I will put into that account. But I will just take that money and transfer it straight into what I have it named as property taxes in my bank account. The same thing with car and home insurance. If you own a vehicle, you will have car insurance. We also pay our home insurance outright. It is not escrowed into our home mortgage account. So that number comes to $4,460 a year. And monthly, I put $372 into that bank account. So what I am doing is setting aside money now because I know I'm going to need it for a specific expense later. And the thing is, if you're not prepared for the cost, you're probably going to be left swiping your credit card, which just means you're going to go into debt. So this helps keep us out of debt. This helps keep me organized. I know where my money is going. If your money is sitting in the bank and it does not have a job to do and you haven't told it exactly where it needs to go, then you're probably going to spend it. But this way, I told my money exactly where I need it to go every single month. Now, I didn't tell you yet about this paycheck column over here. So yearly, I know my amount. Monthly, I know how much I want to take out. Paycheck. You may get paid once a month, twice a month, 4 times a month, and you may want to divide that out. If you get paid once a month, it's obvious how much you need to take out. But if you get paid twice a month, you may want to divide this and only take $10 out of a paycheck, and so forth. Or you may say, well, if I get paid 2 times a month, then I could pay for this, 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 and this out of one paycheck, and pay for that, that, and that out of a different paycheck. So you got yearly, monthly, and paycheck. You just need to figure out what works best for you. What works best for one person is not always going to work for another because we are all different and we all do things differently. But I'm telling you, if you start sinking funds and you start budgeting, then it is just going to absolutely change your life. Having 7 bank accounts, that really changed things for me. That really got me focused. I knew exactly where my money was. I could see it instantly at the bank, and I didn't have it all in just a checking and a savings. So if you like this video, hit the like button below, hit subscribe. I have a lot more videos on how to eat healthy and how to live on a budget and just be healthier all the way around. Okay, until next time.